Roll call, Secretary Barg.
Mayor T-Strick,
Here.
Councilmember Peschel,
Here.
Mr. Caprillion, Mr. Johnson, Mr. Golden, Ms. Schmidt, Mr. Frederick. Everyone is present.
Item 2A, we want to welcome Kim Frederick, our new Plan Commission person, and we would like to give a comment to Melissa Schmidt as her last meeting. Thank you for your service. Item number 3, approval of minutes, March 15th, 2022 and April 27th, 2022 meetings. Motion by Peschel. Second by.
Brilliant.
Thank you.
Yep.
Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Number 4, identify potential conflicts of interest. Please be advised per City Policy 3.340 that any member of the body shall declare a conflict if they have any interest, financial or otherwise, direct or indirect, or engage in a business or transaction or professional activity, or incur an obligation of any nature that is in conflict with the proper discharge of persons' official duties. No action taken? Just reading. Number 5, citizens' comments. Citizens' comments? Citizens' comments. Seeing none, thank you. On to number 6. Rezoning request by Dominic Lang to rezone a property from RS-6 single-family residential zoning district to TR-6 two-family residential for the property located at 1104 South Daggy Street, parcel 33-02512B, consisting of 0-354 acres. Presenter, Stephen Wiley, City Planner.
Thank you. Sorry for the technical difficulties before. Just going to go through this here. So the one item for action on the agenda tonight is a zone change request. I believe we have the applicant here. And it is a simple request here to rezone a property from single family to two-family residential on Daggy Street. You can see the subject property here, the aerial showing, and it's a little hard to see. I'm not sure why that's not full screen, but it shows the subject property just south of Madison Elementary there. Most of the properties, as you can see in this map here, and in your staff reports, are zoned single family immediately around that subject property. And there are a few two-family residential properties also in the neighborhood. A lot of the properties are varying character, but similar scale residential, single and two-family properties. And then again, as I mentioned, the school to the north up there. So pretty standard residential neighborhood there with single and two-family zoning types. And the applicant is looking to construct a duplex on the site. Right now it's vacant. It's been vacant since 2019. There was a previous residential structure on the site, which was raised back in 2019, as I mentioned. Single family residential 6, SR6 zoning does permit 2 flat, so 1 upper, 1 lower unit residential arrangements. Just because there's so many of them in the city that when the ordinance was rewritten a number of years back, there would have been a lot of nonconformities created if we would have prohibited 2 flat residential in the SR6 district. That being said, the SR6 district does not permit duplex residential at this point, so side-by-side arrangements like the applicant wants to do on this property. So that is why he is proposing a zone change to allow for a little bit more flexibility. And you do see up in this map, there are a few duplex arrangements already in the vicinity. The future land use map is one of the main drivers, and you should factor that into your decision making when you look at these zone change requests along with the surrounding zoning. The future land use map in your staff report on the PowerPoint slide up there just shows that for these parcels, including the subject one in the neighborhood here, medium density residential is recommended. So duplex and single family does fall into that. It would be consistent with the future land use map, and the zone change to TR6 would also be consistent. So with that, we are recommending approval of this request to rezone this property from SR6 to TR6, and that you direct staff to prepare an ordinance for common council consideration.
We have a motion? Thank you, Alan. Second? Chris, any discussion? Nick?
Is there a configuration of how the duplex will fill that space? I'm just looking, I'm familiar with the one that's on Palmetto Avenue, right around the corner there. And if it was a building of that size, it doesn't appear that it would fit in the lot. So I'm curious as to what the configuration of the building is going to be.
We did not receive plans at this point because the zone change would be the first step, but they would have to meet setbacks, and we would work with the applicant to make sure that all the zoning setbacks are met and building coverage maximums are met.
Okay.
Yep. But you're right, they probably wouldn't fit a longer, wider configuration. They probably have to, do a plan that would fit side by side within that lot width there.
Any other discussion? Take a vote. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Number 7, staff updates.
As the mayor mentioned, we do have a new plan commission member, Kim Frederick, so I'm glad to welcome him. And also, again, just echoing what she had said, thank you, Melissa, for her service. I know you started before I started here, and so we appreciate your time on the commission, and sorry to see you go, but it's been good working with you.
Absolutely.
Thank you. Items for further agendas?
At some point, we do want to bring the zoning ordinance update to you. It's just not, with everything going on and with us not having a development services director right now, we've been working on it, but we might wait until the director is on board before we bring it up, but we have a draft and we'll be continuing to refine that. So eventually that will be coming to the Plan Commission. I also have a conditional use permit request that was filed for a property, the Macau property, a portion of that. So that'll be coming forward too for next month.
Thank you, Stephen. Is there a motion to adjourn? Mr. Peschel, and a second?
So what we'll do is we'll adjourn the meeting.
And then we will, yes.
And then we'll have
I'm
a
actually
workshop.
following the slip, okay? But thank you. And a second? Alan, and we are adjourned.